morning, student. Hope you are enjoying your Sunday. And for those who are going to appear in this JEE Main and JEE Advanced upcoming, their two exams are coming. I know all of you are prepared very well, but sometimes very simple things you miss. You go through complicated problem, you go through a maze of my right and misses the basics. So in this I will try to, this is helpful for a beginner as well as which is a pro. I am making very simple things which generally students overlook because they go in problem solving rather than basics. So hope this will benefit all of them. I'll request all of you to go through the videos, my uploaded earlier videos, and give feedback and comment. This will help me in modifying my lectures, be more interactive, and also put up some questions if you want. Now we start this series of current electricity. This is another very important chapter of physics. We all experience in our daily household because there is nothing without electricity. The electricity is a must. So in my previous lecture, I have gone through the mechanics of what you call conduction of current in a conductor. How it is related to some mathematics, how it is related to some material science. Those things we overlook, and there I have derived one relationship which I will write in this chapter. In this topic I will cover these chapters, these topics. In this topic, these are my bullet elements, like we have, and these are the four things initially, because this will, and then we'll go to Ohm's law and try to make some circuits solving problems. I will leave tech networking. I will cover in another one, or if time permits, I will cover in this lecture itself, this video itself. So you remember we ended the last video, so I'm erasing because first we'll cover these three. So we ended last lecture at a very interesting point, that the variation of resistance or resistivity. Resistance and resistivity, what is the relationship? You all know because you are pro. So that is, it's directly proportional. Resistance is directly proportional to what we call resistivity. And there was a relationship, R equal to rho and L by. So, and that's conductivity and resistivity are inversely proportional. So I can write, of course, this is conduction and this is resistance. So this is conduction of free electrons. So in the last lecture, we were at a thermal property. So how resistivity, is that rho we call the sigma and R. So how resistivity is related or resistance is related. So we have written an equation that RT, R temperature, or you can say sigma T equal to R0 bracket sigma 0 into 1 plus alpha into T minus T0. You must remember this something familiar in law of in thermal expansion, where we have LT equal to L0. I am just writing equivalence 1 plus alpha. So it will be better you remember this way. So you can substitute this to this, and then the same equation appears. And you can see it that way also. R is proportional to L. That is another. That's also a way of deriving it. So RT is proportional to LT. So LT is this. So this equation can hold good. This is another way of looking at it. Okay. This is another way of looking at it. So now. This is another way of deriving this. In fact, you can see L0 for R0 and 1 plus alpha. So that means resistivity or resistance increases with temperature. Now, some problems, I will just give a brief problem because people are interested more in problems. I just make a equivalence. People are interested more in problems. So, suppose there is a heating element. Say there is a heater, electric heater you are using in household. So there is an electric heater. That the heating element. Of course, the resistance. What is the resistance? Resistance part in that electric heater, or that is heating element. That is the resistance part. So, say at room temperature, what is that room temperature? Is STP, you can say 27 degrees centigrade. We flow a small amount of current through this heating element through a source, and at that current, okay, so that is the value of current, and so we are seeing that is the value of current. So say electric current passing through this is, say suppose something is given such I1 ampere. Okay, and now say after when you connect to a source, then first the current will increase and then it reach a steady state. So at that point current is also given. So that is I2 and that is a steady state current. So that is one way of looking. That's a negligible current. That is a source, of course, and so that you can call that. From this you can calculate. Again, the Ohm's law come in play. So I just briefly write it. So V equal to IR, and at when it is connected to a source, and after some time the current becomes steady. So what will happen? The heating element, the temperature will increase. Okay, so up to reaching that steady current is varying, so the temperature of the heating element will increase, and here comes the play of then the temperature dependence on resistivity. That means the resistance will also increase. So that's why this current will vary. Initially the temperature, at this temperature there was 27 and there was small current passed through a source. So this resistance we can calculate, that is resistance at temperature T, and that is our, you can say T0, and T0 is 27 degrees centigrade, or you can convert into Kelvin. And here you also, from this you can calculate the resistance, and this is resistance R, because initially you will see you plug the your electric plug, then there is some time when the heating element will glow. That is another thing, that will become heated and then light will emit. So from this you can calculate RT, and from this equation you can calculate the temperature, or you can calculate what will be the temperature of the heating element, because of course the resistivity RT equal to R0 1 plus alpha, that element will be given. So you can calculate from this equation which I have written, you can calculate that thermal expansion. So you can calculate that, because this is varying. So this is a small question that you may be given. Then the next, so I think I am done with resistance, all the basic things regarding change in length, change in cross section. And now you may note that we have derived a very important relationship between current density and in the initial stage we have derived a relationship called J, that is current density, and this is relatively and E square, number of electrons per unit volume, and E square yeah, by M, and then is tau is relaxation time, and that is the electric field. You all know in a circuit, and there comes the derivation of Ohm's law will make. We will derive the Ohm's law from this conduction principle. This is conduction principle. Conducting principle, because there is a circuit. So what is that circuit? You can say there is a circuit. We draw on a circuit. So this we have already dealt that under this This is all called EMF. We will shortly cover this also. This is your resistance which you have already covered. Say this resistance is R. So there is a current in the circuit. So this is electric field precisely because there is a potential difference V, and you all know in electrostat potential difference equal to work done per unit charge, and this is related to E into L. So from this you derive that E, that is the electric field is applied, then the electrons become under electric field, they move with a force. We have already derived this F equal to ma, and so this is one. So this is precisely called conductivity. This term is conductivity, and now we'll see how Ohm's law. So J, you can say current density equal to conductivity into E, electric field, and both are vector. Current density is also vector, and so this you can get from F equal to QE. So many analogies are there. So now from here I am moving to Ohm's law, and we can see that how this is almost similar. Ohm's law is what? That in the circuit I have drawn, that suppose there is a source of EMF, I am saying this VA, and you are part of a circuit, and resistance is R and current in the circuit is I. So what does Ohm's law say? That potential difference across a circuit, you can say VAB, is directly proportional to the resistance. V is directly proportional to resistor element, and the constant of proportionality is, it comes to defined as VAB equal to IR. Okay, so now we'll try to compare this and derive this. So now V equal to IR, and then we'll write what is R. We will write in terms of resistivity, because we have to come to conductivity, so we have to go to resistivity. So this is V equal to IR. I can rewrite it R equal to, you know, rho into L by A. Interesting. This is very interesting part, because you can now relate how the mechanics of current flow is related to Ohm's law. Ohm's law is, you can say, Newton's law. It is equivalent to Newton's law in mechanics as Ohm's law in current electricity, because it shows, it relates the potential drop. You can say this is equivalent to gravitational potential drop. That is also, you will remember, MGH. So these are the basic equivalents, just I am telling. So V equal to I, and now what you can say, V is what I have already written, potential difference from electrostatic E in, and this is EMF. हटा दिया, अब मेरे से नहीं होता है. So this is, you must know this relationship you will put here, and this is precisely the driving force we can call in a circuit, because this is precisely which provides current, energy, everything. So V equal to E into L, I into rho into L by A. So L cancel out, and what is this? You can rewrite it. So what it will. So now we have the current density. So E vector both is current density. Current density is what? J into rho. So inversely we can write this is resistivity, and conduction we have written as a relationship rho equal to 1 by sigma. So inter alia, if we have to make these two equations similar, so we have to take this. I'll get writing it. So J becomes J equal to 1 by rho into E, and this is precisely conductivity, so they are related again, and there you can see this is your conductivity. So Ohm's law you can derive, for basically there itself you can go and derive Ohm's law. This is something that you may know, you may not know, but I am just showing how the mechanics works. So from here itself you can derive Ohm's law, putting this as 1 by rho. So you can I by A, and then it boils down to V equal to IR. reversely we can put here and then derive this here, and this is your sigma. So what will become? I equal to, this is sigma conduction, okay. So and then R you can substitute it from resistivity and R, and then you can calculate that E by L becomes V, and then it becomes, I will show you, I can show you. I equal to what is A into sigma into, interesting. So what we'll do, what is this? Conductivity is inverse of resistivity. So you can say A equal to, again, backward calculation, 1 by rho. E is electric field in electrostat as well as the EMF of the cell. This is the prime mover of electric circuit. And what we'll do now, I will divide, now this is, you remember this, R equal to rho into L by A. So अब क्या करना है? You can see here. What we will do? We multiply it. We can multiply by L here and divide by L here. So this will become what? V. And this will become V by, yeah, this will become 1 by R. You can see the magic. So you can derive from this equation Ohm's law. That is precisely what I am telling. I think many of you are not known because you just cram it V equal to IR and then start doing. So you can derive now. This is V. I am just going from electrostat, you know, potential difference between two electric field 2 point. If parallel plate capacitor, you also know that you imagine cells as parallel plate capacitor. So this is precisely what? So you can V equal to, so I equal to V by R, and this is precisely Ohm's law. So I have derived Ohm's law. I think many of you have not been knowing this. This should be a use because I am coming from the basics of conduction of electron, the relaxation time, the electric force, electric field, and then coming to derive Ohm's law. That's the point I was trying to make.